Okay, I want to show you some of the types of molds you can make with this. Not only can you make a round piece to cover a blood tube, but you can make blenders for hiding an edge of a bald cap, or say you have a prosthetic that you just want to extend a little bit. This is a plate of small blenders. So you see they're a little thicker. These are also great if you wanted to do a suturing gag on the back of someone's hand or their arm. These pieces are relatively thick in the middle, so you can cast them up even in gelatin and put a little piece of milk carton plastic under it, pre-cut it, dress it with some blood, and then have someone stitching it on camera. Gelatin isn't as sturdy as silicone, but it will work in a pinch. So experiment, try different things. And you can make them out of foam latex too. So whatever works for you. So this is one type of the mold. Now, another thing that's really great is you can go through the whole process, make yourself some flat pancake type areas on your plate. Then you go to town and you start turning them into burns. So this is one of my burn plates. I have like 6 different burn plates. So I can do an entire burn on someone's face with overlapping prosthetics that I've broken down in areas where they can fit and go. So what I did was I sculpted an entire burned face. Kind of like, what's his name? Deadpool. He's got that burned face. So I did a complete burned face on a fellow, on a life cast. Of course, I'd painted it with oil coat. Then I cut it into sections, like small sections like this. Then I floated them off and put them on a nice flat plate. And at the time, I made silicone pull-off pieces so I could make them in a scrape mold. Since then, I've recast them in clay and transferred them over to these nice hard plates. The great thing about a plate mold is, once you've prepped it, put your mold release on it, and then you can spray your baldies on both surfaces. Put your silicone in, put the mold together. As you see, I do have little bleeders in the back here. But once you put your mold together and clamp it, you walk away, go to the next mold. Whereas if you had a scrape mold, you're going to have to sit there and scrape it and make sure it's all good around the edges, and then scrape it and not be very careful not to scooch the baldies you've sprayed onto the silicone. And then you're going to have to spray it with baldies before the silicone sets. That takes a lot of time. So the great thing I like about these little plate molds is you can knock out a whole bunch of the same prosthetic, or you can break down, like I said before, these burns into multiple shapes and make your different pieces. Here's another piece. That's a big old giant burn piece. This one actually goes on the side of the face. Here's a little notch right here where this would actually, this is a forehead and an upper cheek. Or you could flip it, it could be the other side of the face. But basically it would allow you to go right up against someone's eye with a notch cut out with this burn that could come up into this area. So it's real versatile. It gives you a lot of different things you can do. You can take, with these molds, you can probably do 9,000 kind of burns. It could just be a little burn on an arm, or you can make a puzzle, bad area, good area. You can just go crazy with this stuff. So open up your mind and see where you can go with this whole pancake technique. So come back for the next video and see some sculpting.